This is a Sports Catastrophe production.
Hey there, Heather Ho there. It's Jeff Gooderdime. Welcome you to another Sports Catastrophe on this day. And on this day, June the 13th, 1989, the Detroit Pistons swept the LA Lakers, collecting their first NBA title in a long, long time. And they swept the Lakers because they were the two-time defending champions. In fact, the 89 Pistons were the only other team than the 83 Sixers to win a title in the 1980s not named the Lakers or Celtics. And every NBA Finals had one or both of the Celtics and Lakers. The Lakers were looking for a three-peat, which would be huge. The Pistons dominated the Eastern Conference, winning 63 games. The Lakers were injury-riddled, which was the problem, but the Pistons were just that big. They had the bad boys flair for the dramatic. In fact, the Pistons actually are the last Eastern Conference team to sweep an NBA Finals. There have been plenty of Western sweeps, such as Golden State over Cleveland, at least once, and the Lakers in the 2000s, in 2002. Anyway, so the Pistons were good and all that. The Pistons in 1989 would move from the Silverdome to the brand new Palace of Auburn Hills. Mostly because the arena could offer luxury boxes and club seating, putting profit above all else, and that's why people would try to modernize stadiums with luxury boxes and all that. The Pistons were hot. They were a decent team, but they were even better when they made a massive trade to the Dallas Mavericks, sending Adrian Dantley for Mark Aguirre. Aguirre was a Dallas legend, and I don't think his number was retired. But anyway, Aguirre would become the top small forward. The Pistons then put up a 31-6 tear to win 63 games. They would sweep the Celtics and Bucks in the playoffs and would actually be down 2-1 to the Bulls. Unfortunately, though, for MJ, his dreams of making a final were dashed. The Pistons used the Jordan rules defensive strategy to take down the Bulls. The Lakers were two-time defending champs and would have to deal with their captain, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, retiring. Every NBA arena paid homage to him. Well, why not? The Lakers put up 57 wins despite losing Kurt Rambis to Charlotte in the expansion draft. And this was the year Charlotte and Miami were in the league for the first time. Charlotte would put up 20 wins. Miami would only put up 15. Yuck. But anyway, the Lakers would pick up Orlando Woolrich to counter Rambis leaving. The Lakers actually swept through Portland, Seattle, and Phoenix in the first three rounds. They were 11-0. Now, back then, before 2003, the first round of the NBA Finals was best of 5, meaning you had to win 3 games, not 4 like you do nowadays. I think the Lakers would have been 12-0. But of course, the 2000 Lakers actually won their first 11 games as well, but lost to Allen Iverson and his step over on Tyronn Lue. So yeah, so the Lakers and Pistons did all right. The Lakers had no losses at all in the playoffs. The Pistons won both on home turf and at the Great Western Forum in the matchup, as the Lakers and Pistons had to face each other twice. Game 1 at the Palace on CBS. Byron Scott would suffer a severe hamstring injury in practice, so meaning he would be missing the series. Unfortunately, the defensive end did not work. Magic Johnson had a size advantage. He was 6'9". However, he was too slow to defend against the three-headed backcourt monster Joe Dumars, Isaiah Thomas, and Finney the Microwave Johnson. Michael Cooper would have to pick up some minutes, and David Rivers just wasn't there, and Tony Campbell as well. Byron Scott was known for his great switch defense. It didn't work. The Piston guards did their job. Isaiah put up 24, Dumars put up 22, and Finney Johnson put up 19. Detroit won 109-97. Game 2, it was closer and all that. The Lakers actually had an 8-point lead after 3 quarters, and it looked pretty good. And then Magic would actually pull his hamstring with 4 minutes left in the third quarter. Dick Stockton, who was the CBS play-by-play guy, says, "I've never seen Magic look like that. His intense pain and all that." The Lakers still had a 9-point lead minus Magic Johnson, but the Lakers made a couple of terrible plays and all that. The Lakers did have the ball with 8 seconds left, and James Worthy drove to the basket, was fouled. He could make 2 free throws to tie the game. He didn't. He only got 1, and then Isaiah didn't know that. So anyway, the Pistons were up 2-0. Now it went to the Great Western Forum, and the Lakers were hoping to do better on their own court, and they had the lead after 3 quarters. Magic tried to play on his hamstring injury, but he had to leave after 5 minutes of Game 3. The Lakers did make a good effort. James Worthy put up 26 points. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar put up 24 points, 13 rebounds. People thought he didn't have it in him. And Michael Cooper put up 15 points, 13 assists. Unfortunately, though, there were problems. Dennis Rodman had painful back spasms, but still pulled out 19 rebounds. But the guard play of Dumars, Johnson, and Isaiah was just too much. Lakers had a chance for a tie, but failed. So they had a chance for the sweep, which they did, 105-97 in Game 4. James Worthy had to step up his game and put up 40 points, despite Rick Mahorn playing good defense on him. And everyone thought Kareem was going to be done for. Worthy played out of his mind, and the Lakers had a 6-point lead. However, Bill Laimbeer shocked everyone by scoring a 3-point bucket. It was a tight game. So anyway, it was huge. Pistons were down by 4. Kareem went out of the game with 47 seconds left, but the Pistons began celebrating all that. Joe Dumars was named Finals MVP, and the finals ended in a 4-game sweep. So the 89 Lakers, the problem is their injury woes in the finals. Byron Scott got hurt, and of course Magic got hurt. So the team consisted of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Tony Campbell from Ohio State, Michael Cooper, A.C. Green, Magic Johnson, Jeff Lamb, Mark McNamara, David Rivers, Byron Scott, Michael Thompson, Orlando Woolridge, and James Worthy. The 89 Pistons lineup: Mark Aguirre from DePaul, Dennis Dembo from Wyoming, Joe Dumars from McNeese, James Edwards from Washington, Vinnie Johnson from Baylor, Bill Laimbeer from Notre Dame, John Long from Detroit Mercy, Rick Mahorn from Hampton, Dennis Rodman from Southeast Oklahoma State, John Stelly from Georgia Tech, Isaiah Thomas from Indiana, and Michael Williams from Baylor. So the Pistons did their job, putting in a lot of hard work and all that. The Lakers just couldn't believe their luck. Magic could only play 3 games, and Tony Campbell had to come in. So yeah, so this was just huge and all that. So anyway, yeah, it was huge and all that. Detroit were celebrated because they had both a basketball association champion and a national champion in basketball. As Michigan, as the Wolverines were the 1989 NCAA champions. Although in '97 they actually won both the Stanley Cup and college football national championship, as the Red Wings and the Wolverines did so. The Pistons would not sit back. They would win the 1990 championship, taking down Portland in 5 games, thanks to Vinnie Johnson's shot with less than a second left in Game 5. The Lakers put up 63 wins despite losing Abdul-Jabbar to retirement, but shockingly lost in the conference semis to Phoenix. Pat Riley then resigned, but the Lakers came back in '91. But fell to MJ and the Bulls. Pistons and Lakers would meet in 2004 in the NBA Finals, and Pistons would shock the Lakers again with a 5-game defensive series, as the Pistons defensively took care of Kobe, Shaq, Karl Malone, and Gary Payton. Yeah, so he knew what to do, and the Pistons were just firing on all cylinders. Pun intended. Anyway, I'm Jeff Diamond. I do.